do you think I am? Who do you think I am? One day it'll happen. One day. So I went over to the women's section. Hello, it's been a long time. I'm back to talk about more useless stuff that the internet doesn't need to hear, but I am here to say it. So today's topic will be dating. Sorry, I was naked. I went to go put on a dress. It is my nightgown. Cute. Welcome to my nighttime routine, which is just me doing my skincare because I just took a shower. But today's video, I really want to talk about my experience in dating and how it sucked. And now that like I've actually been dating for around 2 years, less than 2 years. I think it's been like a year and a half maybe. I hate it. And at first I was like, why do I hate it? Is it like me? Is it like a me thing? Because like my sister's a helpless romantic, and every time I would go like on the internet when I was little, there would be so many like girls and like people in general just posting of like, my relationship's the best and I love it and I love dating, and I was like, why hasn't that happened to me? Is there something wrong with me? But now I realize that dating is a fucking scam. I don't like it. Maybe it is like a me thing, but I genuinely hated it. I hated the experience of it. I hated every single person I met. And I'm sure like even if we would have met under different circumstances, I probably wouldn't have liked them either. So maybe I just had like bad dates, but I wouldn't really consider the dates I had bad dates. I just think that personally, I am not someone that is meant to be dating someone else, you know? I genuinely like my life, and recently I saw this like, I think I saw it on Instagram. I saw this reel where it was this girl that was like, oh, I was like on Chinese, like the Chinese version of Twitter, and there was this girl that posted like, a top tier man is just like an average woman. And I started thinking about that, and I was like, that is so true. That is so true. Because what they mean by that, I know that sounds kind of like demeaning when you just hear it like that, but it's like what women always is like say like, oh, I want my man to be like this, or always like, oh, I want my man to be like hardworking, I want him to like have a good job, I want him to take care of himself, I want him to like not have any, you know, like not drink, not smoke. That's literally just like a common woman. Like all these things that you're praising a man because he does, or because they're like things that he possesses, like that is just an average woman. Like every single one of my friends meet those criteria. Like every single one of my friends is a top tier man. My female friends. I have no male friends. Why would I need that? But yeah, I genuinely think that just, you know, my friends, they're all so smart. They have great jobs. I love hanging out with them. And because I have always so much fun with them, because like with them, everything is so nice. Everything is so relaxed. I never really have to think about anything, you know, like there's a reason why we're friends. But then I go out with a guy and they're stupid. Oh my God, they're so stupid. And I'm like, how the hell, how are you saying this? How are you saying this with such a straight face? And apart from that, they're ugly. Like, I'm sorry to stand here and be like, oh, like, I'm sorry that I'm not lying to you, being like, everyone's beautiful. I personally think that everyone is beautiful, but sooner or later, the people that are ugly from the inside just manifest it on the outside. Because I've seen people that maybe they're not that physically attractive, at least for me, but once you get to know them, you're like, they're wonderful. Like, you fall in love with them, maybe not like literally, but like, you have like such a strong connection with them, and you're so attracted to them because of their personality, even if you don't find them that attractive. But then you see these people that have such ugly personalities and just like are such ugly people that they automatically turn ugly. And that's so many of the guys I've dated. Like, even if I found them attractive at the beginning, the moment they start talking, I was like, yeah, shut up. Oh my God, girl, a second more in the dating life, I would have killed someone. You would have seen me on the news next to Luigi Mangione, like Crazy Woman on the Loose. No, it was not good, honestly. I don't really like dating. That is kind of like the moral of it. But I don't really think that means that I'm like completely giving up on it. Like, I'm not actively looking for a partner. I never really think I've actively been looking for a partner. I think, like, even at the beginning when I was like, oh, I want to start dating, it wasn't because, like, oh, I feel so lonely, I need a man in my life. No, it was literally because, like, oh, I just wanted to, like, know what it was like to go on a date. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, accept this date request. And, you know, I'm gonna date for a while. And that's what I did. But I think I've mentioned this before, but I didn't start dating until I was 21. I had never even like held a man's hand. I had never been on a date, never kissed anyone. I had been asked out before, but I know this sounds strange, but I was literally I was waiting for me to come out as a lesbian. And I was like, because when I was little, I was like, you know what? There's no way I like men. You know, like, even though, like, because I had never, like, seen a man that I found attractive. But every time I saw, like, girls, I was like, oh my god, they're so pretty. Like, all these girls, they're so pretty. So, you know, like, I have to be a lesbian, you know? Like, I have to like girls. So I was just waiting for my moment where I was like, oh, like, I'm lesbian. But that never happened. So I just kept on waiting. I was like, one day it'll happen. One day. So I just kept on waiting until I was 21. And I was like, I think I am not a lesbian. I think. So yeah. And that was when I was like, maybe I should accept this man's request. Maybe I should accept this man's date, you know? And that was the first date I went on after the painful realization of me not being a lesbian. Also, I feel like I just have a much better relationship with women. I think women are always so much nicer. They're always just so much put together. So much smarter. Like, not even, like, book smart. Sometimes just, like, knowing what to say and knowing what not to say. Also, they're just so much more kind. Like, you'll be with a man. This is what I hated. This is what I hated about dating men. I don't know if they did this to make me feel better, but it honestly just made me hate them. We would be on a date, you know? And it would be nice, it would be going well, like everything would be fine. And then all of a sudden, they would point at a girl that was just like walking by, or like she just walked into the restaurant, or like a girl that was just existing in our vicinity. They would point at her and be like, oh my gosh, she's so ugly. And I would just be like in shock. I would be like, what? And I was like, first of all, why would you even say that about someone? Why would you even like vocally express that about someone? Like, I don't know, like, I think I've just been hanging around women for so long that, like, hanging around men, like being on dates with men, I'm so shocked at their attitudes. I don't like their attitudes. Like, how are you so sassy that you look the way you look? You know, like, I don't think you have the real estate to be saying anything about someone else while you look like that. Okay, like, why the hell are you speaking ill of someone else? Especially because, you know, when I started dating, I was like, you know, maybe I'll try like dating guys my age, and I'll try dating like older men to see, like, you know, maybe I'll find love in someone that's older than me. Even the older men, even they were like that. Even they would see like a girl passing by and they'll be like, I can't believe she's okay looking like that. I can't believe you're okay looking like that, sir. I can't believe you're okay looking like that. I would cry myself to sleep if I looked like that. No. Honestly, pissed me off every time. There was one time I literally left a date because I was just so pissed off at this man's attitude. Especially because, I don't think I've talked about that. Okay, so like, I went on a date with this guy. And I don't know if he was trying to impress me or something. Or like what he was trying to do. But we had just finished eating. We had like a small meal. But he was like, oh, you want to go walk around this mall? We went to like this really nice restaurant. And it was near this mall. It was basically inside the mall, the restaurant. And he was like, oh, you want to go walk around? I was like, sure. And he was like, oh, you know, like, one of my shirts are, like, ripped. I need to go buy one. And I was like, okay, let's go. So I accompanied him to this department store. It was, like, a higher-end department store, let's just say. And he was, like, over there, like, yeah, like, get that shirt. And he was, like, and I was like, oh, like, you like that shirt? And he's like, yeah, it's, like, 100% sell. Like, he was trying to, like, flex in not such a subtle way. You know, he was like, oh, this is nothing to me, like $1,000, like $2,000, it's nothing to me, like, and I was like, okay. And then he was like, oh, do you want anything? And I was like, okay, if you're offering, then yeah, I want that dress. And I pointed at this one dress, and I love that dress. It was like a cow print dress. I'm about to show you that dress, but I want to tell you the story first, because this man's audacity. And he looked at the dress and he was like, oh, I don't know, like it's nice. I think it'll look nice on you. He started talking about my body. I'm not even gonna say what he said because it honestly disgusted me. But he was like, oh, it'll look nice on you. And then he like subtly, not so subtly, looked at like the price tag, and I think he thought it was too expensive. And he was like, you know, like, I don't think this is a dress for you. He was over there trying to give me fashion advice. Mind you, this man was wearing skinny jeans on our first date, and he was trying to give me fashion advice. I have never been so insulted in my life. I have never been so insulted, girl. And this man was like, I don't think this will look good on you. Like, you don't have to, you suit different styles. Like, he didn't even know what to say, but he was just trying to convince me to not go for this dress. And he was like, oh, I think this shirt, like, he pointed, and then he like pointed at this random shirt that was kind of similar to the one that I was wearing, but like the print was completely different, and I didn't even like it. Like, the cut was very similar to the shirt I was wearing that day, but the print and like the style, I didn't really like it. So I was like, oh, I don't like the shirt, but I really like the dress. Let me show you the dress. So this is the dress. It's gorgeous. It has a plunging neckline. It's a cow print. It's beautiful. It's silk, so it's so buttery smooth. It is pretty long, but girl, I tell you, I'm saving this dress for a special occasion because it is so nice. Okay, like when I tried it on, I was like, oh, I didn't finish the story. Okay, so this man was like adamant that he didn't want to buy me this dress because he was like, it's an ugly dress, like it's not, like you don't suit this type of dress. Mind you, the first date we went on, this was like our second date. I don't know if I mentioned that. This was like our second date. The first date we went on, I was wearing a very similar dress to this. Very, very similar dress. So what the hell do you mean this silhouette doesn't fit me? What were you trying to say to me, sir? So basically he was trying to gaslight me. And I was kind of pissed off because he was like over there paying his tab, like, don't worry, like, I got you, just not that dress. Not that dress. And I was like, oh, and I was like, oh. And I don't know why I was so pissed off. I think it was because he was trying so hard to impress me with the fact that he had money. Yet I knew he didn't want to buy that dress for me because it was too expensive maybe for his budget. It's not even that much of an expensive dress. But I guess he didn't want to buy it. So, or maybe he was just not expecting for me to say yes and like ask for a dress. Maybe he was expecting for me to be like, oh no, like I can't accept it, bitch. If you're offering me something, I'm gonna take it. Don't you dare think I'll be like, no, I could never. Who do you think I am? Because I'm clearly not the woman you think I am. So yeah, he refused to buy me the dress. So when he finished paying, I went over, because we were in the men's section while he was paying. So I went over to the women's section. I shimmied on over there, grabbed the dress, and I paid for it myself. And I literally looked at this man and said, I don't think this is gonna work. And I left with my dress and no man, because girl. And you wanna know what other thing I hate? Is when men say like, oh, you're just too high maintenance. Just tell me that you're broke. Because I can maintain my high maintenance, which I don't even think I'm that high maintenance, but like even if I was, I can maintain it myself. Like I can pay for all my skincare, I can pay for my makeup, I can pay for my clothes, like I can pay for all these things. So if you can't pay for it, just say you're broke. Like don't be over here trying to give me a lecture on like how minimalism is best for someone. You wouldn't have liked me if I wasn't so dolled up for our date. You would never have even looked at me if I didn't do all these things to look better. Okay, so don't be over here telling me about minimalism when You know you like the way I look because I spend all this money on the way that I look. So yeah, that is my little rant about dating and about my bad experiences in dating. The fan keeps on blowing this, but yeah, that's my little rant. What else do I have to say? Oh yeah, I deleted almost, I know, I think I still have one dating app, but I'm gonna delete it probably when I post this video because I think I'm done. I think I'm done dating. Honestly, I've been doing really good at my job. I just got, I'm hoping I will get promoted. Hopefully by the next video I publish, maybe in like 5 months, I'll have a promotion. But yeah, honestly, like, I'm fine on my own. And recently I saw this quote of like, men make money so they can get women, but women make money so they can never get a man. I 100% agree on that. And that quote, I get up every single day, clock in on time, put in the extra hours because, girl, after the dates I've had, never again. Never again. Unless the guy is really, really hot. Okay, like, I will go on a date again if the guy is really, really hot because there's just something about it. But I'm sure, like, even when I'm done with the day, I'll be like, why the fuck did I go? That's the thing. Like, when I see an opportunity, no, sometimes I'm just bored. You know, like, girlies will understand. Sometimes I'm just bored. Sometimes I'm just sitting there and they're like, hey, like, I want to take you out. And I'm like, well, I'm not really doing much. So why not? So why not? You know, when recently I saw a creator that was like, you know, a girl is trying to be a hoe, but you men make it so difficult because you're also fucking ugly. And I 100% agree on that too. Because I just want to go on dates. I want to be a girly pop going on dates. But with all the options, it's not really that fun. But yeah, that was my little rant. I'm trying to film more. I'm trying. But I have a full-time job and I have to work a lot. Actually, I have a lot of work right now, so I don't even know when I'm gonna be able to edit this, but hopefully I'll edit it quickly. Like, but yeah, thank you so much for listening to my rant. I'll see you when I post next, and thank you. Bye bye.